Oops. I definitely, when I had played before, did not remember this many creepers around. Or spiders already. Nothing here. Looks like a creeper blew up in that area. Alright, there's a chest in here. Nice. You actually can't physically see that unless you're right on top of it. Where are we at? What do we got? Gimme. Alright. Anything in here? Supplies, nice. Play Zelda in here and break the pots. I always thought that, you know, in the age of the meme, I always thought that was a very funny thing to see referenced. Growing up playing some of the retro Zeldas and other titles where I just remember being a kid and just running around and smashing pots all day. And I need my 99 rubies. These spiders suck. They just run. And one of the hardest things to actually figure out in regular Minecraft because of their jump timing. That's the second hunter's armor I've gotten, and I do not want either. If I remember correctly, the hunter's armor just gives you a boost to your maximum carrying of arrows. Good, I got Porky Piglet. Got a sword though. Let's see what's this way. I'm gonna bomb some zombies with this TNT. Let me do it. Gotta find some first. Game looks great though. I think they did a really good job. I like these over the head gameplay kind of games. Oops, he's not what I meant to do. Similar game that I just recently finished before starting YouTube was Gears Tactics. I wouldn't necessarily say dungeon crawler because you didn't really get to pick your areas. They were fairly linear, even more so than this. But still cool nonetheless. It did have the over-the-top stylized game. Graphics look great on that game also. Had a lot of fun with it. I believe I beat it on I can't even remember if it was hardened or not, but it took me, game's pretty long because all the side missions, I think it took me a good 12 or 13 hours to actually get through it, including all the failures and start overs. Because at first I was mainly trying to do every legendary drop token or every highest drop token I could get. Some of the hardest challenges and stuff. Had lots of fun with it. But you got to the point where it was just miserable. Like I said, the game is turn-based, so it's much slower than these hack and slashes. But one of the cool things, or one of the really difficult things about it too, was the turns. The turns really slowed down the game. There is a part in the game where you have to actually run from like an overarching. It's almost like, you know, Super Mario World, where the game will actually move the screen and you have to continue with it. It was very similar to that with its turn structure. Oh, that was a bad hit. You had to essentially run you had roughly every character would start with 3 turns, and you had only 2 in this particular circumstance. So you would run along enemies on this path, and when you did, you would end up needing to shoot them, or needing to kill them, or dispatch them some way. And by doing that, you're using one of your move turns, which also ended up affecting like gameplay. So basically you would essentially get behind what I would call the death line, and you'd get stuck up. There was just no way, even with 2 turns, without barreling through everybody, which was impossible at that difficulty, to actually successfully do. Thankfully, the game would give you a choice of kind of like a slew of missions for, and for the most part it was actually real easy for me to just switch over to another one and do that. Ooh, not a wonderful noise. Took me substantially longer gameplay wise to actually get that particular level done over the running level, but regardless, I still get it done. I had fun with the game. I would suggest it to others, including viewers, and I actually might do another gameplay through it. I don't know if it would be recorded. Game is quite resource intensive on this particular computer. I could probably adjust settings to change that and challenge it. However, we will find out. Gears Tactics is kind of falling behind, but that's not why I play the games that I decide to play. I play them because I'm interested in them, and I think it would be interesting sharing my experiences with other people. I know for years I've used YouTube as a media platform, essentially being my go-to. Just get home and pop on YouTube and chill out. Call it a day at the end of the day and watch some amateur YouTuber play.
These villages are free from the clasp of the illagers, all thanks to you.
Back to the camp. No, I actually used to watch a YouTuber that would 67% chest. I did bad. Let's open this chest. Cool, swiftness boots. No, but anyways, as I was saying, I used to watch a YouTuber that would literally just do flat out gameplays. And he would do, geez, probably 30 parts that were between 10 and 15 minutes long. Actually, I think they were between 20 and 25 minutes long. Where he would just play. And play right through it, no intro, no outros. He would just pull it up, start it up, and then start the game. And then just start talking in front of the mic. Good YouTuber. He had some mental health issues and then dipped off from YouTube. And he made a very slow return to a somewhat alright return. Some of his fans stayed loyal, commented for years while he just up and disappeared without really explaining much. But yeah, I like to model my videos kind of sort of after how he did his. He was an inspiration.
Raids have roasted this once lush land to ruin. Only one village remains unspoiled in this corner of the world. Make haste, hero. You must warn the villagers there of the battle to come. You are their only hope.
Find the village. What else can I find? No, essentially, the way he did his gameplays, I really liked how he just kind of played and put out tons of videos and just had fun doing it. Did I knock that guy underground, or is there an underground? I definitely have fun playing games in general. Definitely have fun playing games that interest me. And as I said in my intro video, I actually think most, or at least some people, will enjoy the media that I put out frequently and daily. In some cases, I believe that this sort of media will, maybe not PC directly, but console media anyways, will kind of fall off as every other precursing sort of console. You know, the Atari 2600 all the way up to, you know, the 360, or the Xbox rather, where they ended. In my time playing on the Xbox 360 and Xbox One, they ended like the Halo 2 servers, which is really big for me because that was back when I actually originally got into the Halo games and basically committed to buying a Microsoft product. The next iteration that came out, which was the 360, was very true to the 360 when I had it. I had no issues on the original consoles that had a high probability of red ring. I, by chance, had gotten a good one. And it treated me really well. Read every disc I put in, all the way up until right when the Xbox One came out. I had a little bit of issue, or excuse me, when the Slim came out. Just before the Slim came out, I had a little bit of issues with the disk drive, which is also something fairly common on those red ring Xboxes. Nothing I couldn't deal with. I literally just jammed a fork in it. I don't know what that is. I don't like it. Oh, it's this guy. New character. I am missing every first shot on those. There's really nothing in these areas. But yeah, hack slashers or dungeon crawlers, they relatively move pretty quick on their own. And of course, this particular game being of Minecraft descent or Minecraft basis is based, so really any age can play Minecraft Dungeons, which makes it much more available to a wider audience, which is great. I think the younger generations need to get into the kind of whole nostalgic feel that I get for video games. Hack slashes are always a good way of just venting off steam and doing it in a healthy manner. Actually, going up through high school, I originally had felt that games were the best iteration of a visual novel. Growing up when I was a kid, I had a little bit of issues with like dynamically reading, I guess, if that's what you would call it. Essentially, I would just end up reading things like they were in a list, which was not productive for any at-home reading assignments. because I would just end up skimming through essentially everything, getting the gist of it, and then kind of writing my book report and whatnot on it. There's like no loot spots.